Imagine this. You retire at 65 and every single month, a paycheck shows up. No matter what the market is doing, no matter how long you live, that's the idea behind a pension. But what most people don't understand is how pensions actually work, who pays for them, and why they're disappearing. Let's define it clearly. A pension is a retirement plan where your employer promises to pay you a fixed income for life. You don't manage investments. You don't choose stocks. Instead, the company takes responsibility, and in return, you receive steady income after retirement. A pension is based on a formula, usually something like years worked, salary level, benefit percentage. Let's look at a simple example. You work for 30 years. Your average salary is $60,000. Your pension formula says 2% times years worked times salary. So 2% times 30 times $60,000 equals $36,000 per year. That's $3,000 per month for the rest of your life. So where does this money come from? It doesn't just appear. There are two main sources. One, employer contributions. The company sets aside money over time. They invest it into stocks, bonds, real estate. Two, investment growth. That money grows over decades. The goal is have enough to pay future retirees. Sometimes employees contribute too, but in many traditional pensions, the employer carries most of the burden. There are two main types. One, defined benefit plan, traditional pension. This is the classic pension. You are promised a specific payment. Example, $2,500 per month for life, no matter what happens in the market. Two, defined contribution, not really a pension. This includes plans like 401k, 403b. Here, you invest your own money, no guaranteed payout. This is why many people confuse the two. Let's make this real. Example 1. Teacher. A public school teacher works 30 years. At retirement, receives $2,800 per month. That's stable income for life. Even if they live to 90 or 100 years, payments continue. Example 2. Government worker. A city employee retires after 25 years. Their pension covers housing plus basic living expenses, so they don't rely heavily on savings. Example 3. Private company, older generation. Back in the past, large companies like manufacturing firms offered pensions. Employees stayed loyal because retirement was guaranteed. The advantages of a pension: predictable income. You know exactly what you'll receive. No guessing. Lifetime payments. You cannot outlive it. Even if you live longer than expected, payments continue. Less stress. You don't need to. Manage investments. Time the market. Pensions provide something very powerful: peace of mind. The risks and limitations. Lack of control. You don't own the money. You can't withdraw large amounts easily. Invest it yourself. Inflation risk. Over time, prices go up. Your pension may stay the same, so your buying power decreases. Company risk. If a company struggles financially, pension plans can be underfunded. In some cases, benefits may be reduced. Today, pensions are becoming rare. Why? Because they are expensive, risky for companies. Instead, companies shifted to 401k style plans. This moves the responsibility from company to employee. Even though pensions are declining, people are creating their own. How? Investing in stocks, bonds, and real estate, generating passive income. The goal is the same: monthly income for life. A pension is not just money, it's a promise that after years of work, you will be taken care of. But today, that promise is no longer guaranteed. So the real question is, will you rely on a system or will you build your own? One of the most important questions people ask is, do I have to stay with the same company to actually get a pension? The short answer is usually yes, but not always. Most pensions have something called vesting. Vesting means you earn the right to your pension over time. For example, after 5 years, you might be partially vested. After 10 years, you are fully vested. If you leave too early, you may lose some or all of your pension benefits. This is why pensions were designed to keep employees loyal. In the past, people stayed 20 to 30 years at one company because leaving meant giving up retirement income. If you leave after you're vested, You don't lose your pension, but it's usually smaller because it's based on fewer years worked, lower total contribution. Let's say full pension after 30 years equals $3,000 per month, but you leave after 10 years. You might only receive $800 to $1,000 per month later, still something, but much less than staying long term. Today, people switch jobs more often, so pensions are harder to maximize. That's one reason companies move toward 401k plans, because they are portable. You take them with you. So remember, pensions reward long-term loyalty. Leaving early can reduce your benefits, and staying longer usually increases your lifetime income. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to learn what a 401k is or differences between 401k and pension, click the videos on the screen. Thanks for watching. Disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making financial decisions.